Here I am in the Queen Street Mall, about to undertake another one of my long journeys. I've already done the Kingston to Brisbane walk, which ended here in the mall, and I've also done the entire length of the Gold Coast from Coolangatta to Southport. But today I'm going to head from here in the Queen Street Mall to the Manly Boat Harbour. I think it's about 21 kilometres, maybe about 4.5 hours is going to take to do the journey. It's a beautiful day, it's a Sunday, and really looking forward to getting started on this one. So I've just put sun cream on. Had to find a shop that was open early, so I got some sun cream, put it on, and here we go. It's just before 9 a.m. There's a part of Botanical Gardens here next to QUT Gardens Point, and what a beautiful day it is today. Absolutely glorious. Anyway, better keep walking. Nice campus. Boots on, and they're very comfy. Yes, they are. These boots will make for walking. I was in a movie in that building. The film was called The Diamond of Jeru, and it starred Billy Zane from Titanic, and we had a scene together. So, beautiful looking building right now. That was probably 18 years ago.
You're right, I'm out of your way.
Now this is a place I've never ever been into and really have no desire to go into either. It's the Gabba Cricket Ground, and yeah, I'm just not into sports, but I think because of the coronavirus, the most recent game they played there, and I may be wrong, but it was to an empty crowd. I mean, you know, the seats were empty, there was no one there. So moving through Woolloongabba, I've now got to take a left turn onto Wellington Road and join up with Wynnum Road to continue the journey. Pretty sure I'm on Wynnum Road now, and I've passed through East Brisbane and heading towards Norman Park. And I've driven along here many times. A long time ago when I went to university, I'd drive along here, and I had a job some time after that out here, and I'd drive along here, but never walked. Gotta wait for the cyclists. See, I've driven along here a lot of times, but never actually walked across. It's really nice. The whole area's been done up a bit with all this landscaping, and they've widened the footpath and new houses. Well, we're coming to Norman Creek now, which we're going to pass over, and I will see the Brisbane River. Still a beautiful day. It's quite warm though. It's supposed to be 26. It feels hotter than that. What does that say? Canning Bridge, 1956. So there's the river. So very nice, but right next to it is probably one of the ugliest buildings I've seen so far. There's an old ferry terminal there, or someone's jetty, but it's falling apart. Anyway, Brisbane River in the city in the background, so I'll keep going. The road is up here, Wynnum Road, so it's back up this little driveway. One of the realities of walking is that sooner or later, someone's going to be ahead of you on the footpath. And there's a guy just over there, and I know I'm going to have to try and either speed up and go past him or wait for him to make a turn. Oh, he just made a turn. Oh wow, you can see Powerhouse from up here. There it is across the river at New Farm. Just taking a little detour off Wynnum Road, and there's a side street coming up here, and there's some rather nice houses here. And it goes to the top of a hill, so I'm just going to have a look and see what's there. Petrol prices are pretty cheap right now. Okay, got the selfie stick out. I don't know if you're going to hear me too well because of the traffic. It's not too bad on this stretch here. So I'm not sure exactly what this suburb here is. I've left Norman Creek back there, and this is where Wynnum Road splits. So this is a one-way area, and I know just up ahead there's a cemetery. So if it's not too much of a detour, I might see if I can have a little look at this cemetery and just see, you know, when it was founded and who's in there. It's a nice little stretch along here though. It's quite wooded, and The houses are very close to the road here. All right, there's the cemetery. Surveyed 1864, so it really has been here for a very, very long time. First burial at Balmoral Cemetery. Early records from the cemetery are a little patchy despite the efforts of Brisbane City Council, blah, blah, blah. However, we do think the first burial took place in 1874. I came across a word the other day, and I think it's a French word, and I think it's pronounced, I'm not sure, flaneuring. And I thought it was a joke word at first. It didn't sound like anything that made any sense, but flaneuring is the act of wandering around somewhere, but with intent to explore and under your own steam, you know, walking, not driving or anything generally. I think that's the expression, but just exploring places, going where you will, following this path or that path. Now today I have a destination in mind because I'm going from the Queen Street Mall to the Manly Boat Harbour. But there is an element of flaneuring in this because I made a little detour here to the cemetery, which I've, as I said before, never been to. And there's quite an amazing grave up on the top of this hill, so I'm going to go and see if I can get up there and see what's there. All right, so who's this? Frederick Wecker, 1827 to 1910. It's got a good spot here. This Morningside railway station, it looks a lot different now. That's the station I used to get. Sometimes I get the train to university, which was up over the hill. It's all gone now, it's been demolished as housing. But yeah, that was the station I used to get the train to and from uni. It didn't look like that back in the 90s. Another of the realities of going on long walks is that sometimes you just need to find the men's room and you can't find one. So I'm coming to some shops now. I'm here at Morningside to see if there's a public toilet somewhere. I may have to buy something and use a restroom in a cafe. We'll have a look. There's got to be something around here. Yeah, no cars coming. Quest for the toilet. I'm approaching Morningside Central and it looks like a small shopping centre just up ahead, so fingers crossed there's a men's room there because I'm not really busting, but if I can find a toilet I will make use of its facilities. I'm pleased to report that Morningside Central did indeed have a toilet. That's Cannon Hill Plaza across the road. I think this side of the road here is Murray. And to be honest, I never really liked the Cannon Hill area all that much. I can't explain it, just a gut feeling. It was always a place I kind of wanted to just get through, get past it, get in, get out. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just another suburb, but yeah, I just never felt comfortable here. It's like a place I didn't want to be at. So I think this is Creek Road now. Left Wynnum Road behind. And moving more and more eastwards, coming out the other side of the Cannon Hill area. I think that's still Murray on the left. There's some really nice parkland there. And there's a car park just up ahead. Many years ago when I worked at Tingalpa, my car broke down on the Gateway motorway and the tow truck, the tilt trailer came along, towed my car to this little parking lot here. I left the Queen Street Mall at just on 9 o'clock this morning and it's now 11:30. So that's, well, 2.5 hours to get from Queen Street Mall to the Bulimba Creek. 2009. Rather a nice little creek here. I'm not sure what it's called. I'll look it up when I get home and I'll put a caption down at the bottom of the screen. Oh, there it is. So now I'm up to the Tingalpa Hotel, which means just down the road there's a place I used to work at, and I might have a quick peek inside and just see what's going on if they're open. So right now I'm in Tingalpa. I've come down the other side of the hill and I'm approaching a place I used to work at many years ago. It was when I was getting films made, when I was directing funded short films, and I needed a day job just to keep me going while I was writing and directing films. And so I was here for a while. I mean, it wasn't like years and years and years, but it was an okay job. It's the Breville factory outlet. So I have not been back here in a long time. It's certainly much better stocked than when I worked here. Actually, I'll just go and take a quick look at something. Just at the back of all of the shops here, and the one that I just went into, you can see this area of bushland here. And originally when I first worked here, long time ago, this whole area out here beyond this fence was just open grassland. These trees were planted here God knows how many years ago, and I've got a photograph at home somewhere on file. If I've got it, I'll put it into this this moment right here. But all these trees were planted and they're all done in kind of a fan-shaped pattern. But yeah, this was all open ground and it would flood terribly. Sometimes in really bad flooding, the water would come up all the way up to here, to these bins. All of this would go underwater. In the distance there you can see the city. I think I'm in Wakeley now. I think that's what this area is called. Passed through Tingalpa and heading up a hill now, and I'm in Manly West actually. I think that side of the road is Manly West and this is Wakeley, I think. Anyway, getting pretty hot and I'm really hungry now, so the first place I find that I can get a bite to eat, I will. I plan on having lunch at Manly, but I really do need something now. One of the things about taking long walks is that you obviously do have time to think about things, whatever you want to think about, not even really consciously thinking about what to think. Spider. So one of the things about going on a long walk is that it gives your mind time to just relax a bit. Because normally in a day, you get up, got to do this, got to get breakfast, got to put petrol in the car, got to send an email, got to make a phone call, got to plan this, got to do that. When you're walking, you can sort of just, you can let the mind wander and go where it wants to go. It can be quite meditative. There's a lot of big spiders up here, and I don't like spiders, so there's a big one right there. What am I going to have to do? I'll have to walk on the road. Right, so picking up where I left from, I had to duck some spiders back there, because they were pretty big ones, and I don't like walking into spider webs. But the thing about walking is, you find yourself concentrating more on the basic things. Where's the bathroom? Or I'm hungry, or I'm thirsty, or my feet hurt. The modern world, even though you're surrounded by it, slips so easily away. And of course there's people right in front of me. Finally got something to eat. Got a curry pie and a Powerade blue drink thing. I really needed that something to eat. It was just a curry pie and a blue drink thing, and but feel a lot better. I wasn't getting lightheaded or anything, but after about three and a half hours of walking, needed something to eat. This area is very high up here. See if you can see out there. So on we go. I'm still in Manly West, I think. Probably got about another 45 minutes of walking till I get to the boat harbour. What's that? It's kind of ironic that I was talking about the simple things in life, like sore feet or trying to find something to eat, and yet I kept getting interrupted by the world around me. Well, dodging spiders, I suppose, is a pretty primordial thing. So, back to what I was talking about. Going for long walks gives you the opportunity just to let your mind wander. Bodily, you're wandering around, you're wandering from place to place, and the mind can wander as well. And in a roundabout way, that brings me to obviously the biggest news story right now, and that's the coronavirus. It's happening so fast, and situations are changing rapidly, day by day. Countries are being locked down, businesses are closing, people are panic buying. I think we're just too early into it, and it's still such an unknown. What do we really do? I don't know. My gut feeling is that we should be shutting down a lot of things. Non-essential stores. We should be shutting down schools, libraries. I know that's alarmist, but if this thing can spread so easily and so rapidly without detection, we really should be locking down. Are we all going to get it? Are many of us going to get it? Are only some of us going to get it? We really just don't know. But life is going on. There's cars driving around and shops are open, and people are being very light-hearted about it, it seems. Jokes are being made about it, and no one, in general, apart from the panic buying, no one's panicking. We're just going about our daily business. So either something really, really big is going to happen very soon and it's going to change everything, or it'll gradually get under control and it'll fritter away. Don't know. Really don't know. And this here is Manly Road, so I wouldn't say it's the final stretch or the home stretch, but it's certainly getting me closer. There it is in the distance, the Manly Boat Harbour. All right, looks beautiful. What a sight. Here we are, made it, Manly Boat Harbour. Obviously. That's a lot better. That's good.